it's me, your favorite cancer patient, and I'm filming in my window, so as people walk by, they can probably see me talking to something in my window, which is making me a little insecure, but I couldn't, the light sucks today. So I'm having glasses, look what they do. Maybe because I didn't pay to have like some sort of fancy shit go on them, but anyway, I will try to keep the glare down as much as possible, but I need them to see, so, you know, we just have to put up with it. Anyway, I wanted to do an okay, maybe if I keep my head right there. There, we found the magic spot, so I'll just stay perfectly still. I wanted to do an update on the new chemo that I'm doing, because I am done with the AC, which is still the best thing that's ever happened. So, I'm like winded. I'm seriously winded standing here. I used to go to the gym. I used to be active. Now I'm round and I'm winded from standing. I shit you not, my pulse is at 101 just from standing, and I used to have a 65, maybe a 70 for standing. So this chemo, man, it takes a lot out of you. Plus I'm fat now, so that's not helping. But anyway, I digress. Chemo problems, right? But just in case I sound like I'm out of breath, I am. I am. So anyway, I'm also leaning on the window frame. Because I can't stand without leaning. Fuck my life. Anyway, so I'm on a new chemo, and I'm on two new, except one, I don't understand. I don't completely get the definition of chemo, so I'm going to call it an adjuvant therapy. So I'm on Paclitaxel as the chemo, and then I take Herceptin as the adjuvant therapy. So why I don't really call it, there's a person walking by staring at me. So why I don't call Herceptin a chemo is because I'm going to be on it for a year. And to me, it doesn't so far have a ton of side effects. I get it every week. And it's the reason I do the Herceptin is for my type of cancer. So I have a targeted therapy for my kind of cancer, which is awesome. It's amazing. Triple negative cancers, triple negative breast cancer, so all the receptors are negative. They wouldn't have anything targeted. And so that would have been the scariest situation. So the fact that I actually have something that can target mine is super cool. So for breast cancer, it's estrogen, progesterone, I don't know how to say it, ER, PR, or HER2. And I was negative, and positive. So I get to take the Herceptin for a year. So I've taken it twice. The first time was the day before the Taxol. So it's hard for me to say whether the first one I had any symptoms. I find my body typically gets symptoms so far the worst the first time I take it. And then the next time I take it, it's like my body kind of knows how to process it a little bit. I don't know. So I did notice that I sneezed a ton that night, which is a listed symptom, but I mean, I didn't stop sneezing for 3 days. It was so annoying. It made my throat super sore. So I don't know if I was getting a cold that I managed to fight off, or it was a side effect of the Herceptin, which sneezing is a listed side effect when I Googled it. So it could have been that, but I had it the second time, just the Thursday that just passed. What day is it? Monday. You don't work, you forget the days. They don't mean anything. They don't mean anything. And I thought I felt a little tired. I felt a little off, I would say, from the Herceptin. Just a bit off, a bit tired, a bit, I don't know. But it wasn't anything. It was like any kind of day you can have where you feel off, right? So that's how I felt. Anyway, so now the two of them this week will be combined, because I do the Herceptin every week, but the Taxol is every second week. So I have to be up at the hospital quite a bit, but I had to go and get my dressing changed on my PICC line once a week anyway. So instead of going to do that at the VON, the Victorian Order of Nurses, I'm just going up to the hospital to do it, which sucks because I have to pay $6 for parking. And I know you big city people want to tell me how much your parking is because everybody's done it to me. I get it. parking, my $6 space seemed like nothing to somebody who's paying $18 to park, but I'm poor and $6 is a lot for me. And when you have to be up, I was up at the hospital yesterday. Wait, what is today? Oh, it's Tuesday. It's not Monday today. So I was at the hospital yesterday. What did I have to do yesterday? I had an ultrasound yesterday. Today I had to go up there and see the internist. And then tomorrow I have to go for blood work and a weigh-in. And then the next day I have to go for actual chemo. So I get it, but it does add up when you're off work and you're poor. So don't at me. So anyway, the Taxol. The Taxol is interesting. So I hate steroids and I don't take prednisone. No. I take dexamethasone, which is even more potent and such a son of a bitch. I hate the feeling of the steroids. You can still, I'm fat, so I can't blame it all on the steroids, but I still keep the puffiness in my cheeks so much. Oh, look at that. See, I want to look like that, but the steroids make me look like this. I check my cheeks. So the night before, you do the Taxol. So not tonight, but tomorrow night I'll have to do this. 12 hours prior, I have to take 5 pills of the dexamethasone. I think they're 4 milligrams each. And then 6 hours before I have to take the same amount, the 5 pills. And so I have to wake up or just stay up until 2 o'clock in the morning because my chemo is really early. So the reason I have to take so much steroids is because Taxol, and I know there's a few kinds of Taxol. I only really know about the one I'm taking, so the Paclitaxel. So sorry to the other people if I'm, what I'm going to say now doesn't apply to that. I only researched the Paclitaxel. Oh, my delivery's here. 1 second, please. My order came. That was exciting. I purposely didn't go to the pharmacy today, even though I had to pick up my Neulasta and something else. Because I was waiting for my stuff. I got another Google and I got some more smart bulbs because I have cancer. And I just want to buy stuff because, I'm scared I'm going to die. And then I'm going to look back and be like, man, you should have bought this stuff. You should have played with this stuff. So anyway, and I got this beautifully wrapped package, which I actually might do a video on because it's pretty interesting. They're breast forms in here. So when they lop off my boobs, I have some fake boobs to put in so nobody will know. So I might actually talk about this and show you guys and tell you about the charity that I went through that did this, because they do this for free, believe it or not. It's incredible. Like, this was sent to me from California. Freaking postage was $20 on this. So thank you to Mrs. Linda Ray Rose from Salinas, California. Salinas, California. I don't know how to say that, sorry. Anyway, back to it. I don't even remember where I was. Oh yeah, steroids. Freaking steroids, man. So, you take steroids in the middle of the night, twice. So, not only do I hate them, but I have to wake up to take them, and then they make me feel like poop. So, they do the chemo super early because I was talking about researching and knowing about Taxol. And the reason I was leading into that is because I read in a peer-reviewed study, not just on the internet, like actual reputable shit, that they almost stopped making Taxol because the allergic reactions were so extreme. But they found a way to control it because it's a really beneficial chemo. It does. I'm gonna grab my boob right now just because it feels nice to know she's shrinking. Since I started the Taxol and I've only had 1 dose, I've noticed a huge shrinkage in my tumor, which is kind of amazing. So, they found a way to control it. So anyway, steroids at night. It's at 8:30 in the morning because a lot of people have a reaction to it. So they want to make sure in case they have to spread it out over the entire day that you're there nice and early. So the first time, the reason they don't combine it with the Herceptin is because they need to see how the Taxol is affecting you. They watch you really closely. So how it goes is you go and you sit in the chair and they hook up an IV Benadryl, which, let me tell you, if you've never had IV Benadryl, my nurse, my sassy nurse, Andrew, told me I might not have a reaction to it. That's impossible. It's impossible not to want to sleep on IV Benadryl. I would say about 3 minutes into that thing tripping, I just wanted to curl up and go to bed. My mom was sitting with me because she knew how scared I was of having a reaction on Taxol. And I remember she could see me fading. She left pretty soon after because she knew I was going to sleep through treatment. So after the, oh, excuse me. How dare the curtain? How dare you? So after the IV Benadryl, I think that takes 15 minutes. And then they hooked me up to like a Zantac, like a heartburn medicine, and that's another 15 minutes. So then the Taxol starts, and keeping in mind that I was in the biggest Benadryl haze, so I don't actually remember a lot after getting hooked up to the Benadryl. I don't remember us leaving. My mom was driving, so chill. I don't remember getting home. I just remember waking up after the treatment. So for me, Benadryl, oh man. So anyway, let me not make this video the longest video in the world. And so they start it, and they do it in like bursts of 5. And I know not every hospital does it like that, but that's how my hospital does it. So they slowly up the dose every 5 minutes? No, every 20 minutes? Every 20 minutes. They do that 5 times, 20 or 25 minutes, I think. If I'm wrong, I'll have it in the comment box below. I'll have it in the box below what it actually was, because again, I'm kind of out of it, but I remember 5 times, and I think it was 25 or 20 minutes, and they just keep going to make sure you can handle it, to make sure you're not having a reaction, and the total treatment or the total infusion time is 3 hours. So that was cool. I did not have a reaction, thank God, because a lot of people do. I know one of the reactions is your back can hurt. Other people have the anaphylaxis where your throat closes up, you can get hives. And I know that what they do, it's not like, oh, c'est la vie, you can't have chemo. Basically, they just kind of override your body with more Benadryl, and they just do it slower until your body figures out how to handle it. So I was really concerned that if my body couldn't figure out how to handle it, that I wouldn't get chemo. No one's gonna shrink my tumor. So, oh good, this lady's gonna walk by. Oh good, and she's young, so she'll judge me really hard. Maybe she just won't look. I don't care. So my mom drove me home, and I do not remember that. I know I must have gone to sleep because I remember waking up. And when I woke up, I had a rash all over here. It kind of went up almost to my eyes and spread out and went down onto my neck. If I can figure out how to insert a picture again, because it's been a while since I've inserted a picture into a video, I will do it. If I can't, just picture a rash. I woke up with a rash. It was just red. There were no hives or anything. It was a bit concerning, but it just kind of felt like flushing. It didn't burn. It did burn a little bit. It just felt hot, but it didn't itch or anything. So I watched it. My mom was really concerned. I sent her a picture. I probably should have done that, but it was fine. It didn't go away that day. And the next day when I woke up, it was still there. You could actually see the outline of it still, but mostly it was gone. So great. And I just hope it doesn't get worse over time, because I know if it is actually an allergic reaction, not just a side effect, although flushing is a side effect, that it could get worse over time. But, you know, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it this week. So the next day after Taxol, I felt freaking fabulous. The nurse, the chemo pharmacist told me that if you walk, it can take the pain out of your legs. So I did that the next day. I had boundless energy, no pain. I didn't feel like I had just had chemo. I felt like me the next day, and it was shocking. So that was a great day. I did enjoy that day. That was a Saturday. I walked a lot. I felt good. Felt like me. It just felt like a normal Saturday. But then Sunday happened and crushed my soul. So the Neulasta that I take causes bone pain. And I know the difference. It starts for me in my, like my chest bones, and it works its way into my shoulders. So I know the Neulasta pain, and Taxol gave me incredible joint and muscle pain. No other real symptoms. I think I may have gotten a headache. Oh yeah, I had cramping in my stomach, which was a weird one. That lasted like at the tail end of the pain, which lasted for 7 days. It kind of killed my appetite, the cramping. This wasn't the same as the other chemo where I just wanted junk food all the time. because of the pain I was in and the cramping in my stomach, I definitely didn't stuff my face with food, which is good because, you know, your girl's put on like 25 pounds since this started. The pain was horrid. For me, a lot of people just get it in their legs, but I'm one of the lucky ones that seems that I get it in all my joints. So everything hurt for me. And that sucked. So I ended up calling the doctor's office because the pain, it was unrelenting. And the Tylenol 3 that they gave me, it helps my mouth because I get a lot of mouth sores. I get a lot of gum. My gums are really sore on this chemo. And the Tylenol 3 really helps with that, but it did not come close to touching the pain in my muscles and every single one of my joints. So they, of course, my doctor's away the one time that I call for my oncologist. She's not there. But another doctor put me on gabapentin. So I started taking that. I met with the internist today, even though the instructions on the bottle say take as needed, he corrected me and I am taking it. I have been taking it regularly and he said that's correct. So 3 times a day, 300 mgs, 3 times a day. And we shall see if that works. On the bright side, the Claritin worked amazing for the bone pain for the Nelastus. So it was nice not to have that bone pain on top of the nerve pain that I got. So that was pretty exciting. So yeah. So the other thing that I wanted to touch on is a little bit of the neuropathy that comes with the Taxol. I did notice it. It's not terrible. I have neuropathy in these 3 fingers anyway. And I've noticed it since I was probably 18 years old. And the first time I noticed it, and every time I've noticed it since then, has been when I've been straightening my hair. So my hair's, you can't tell, but I actually have really thick, like horse hair. So straightening it takes a really long time. And using these 3 fingers over and over and over again would actually cause numbness in my fingertips. So I've had numbness in these fingertips on and off. If I do that, if I curl it, anything, like if I do a repetitive motion, it sets it off in those 3. But I do notice it a tiny bit, like in this hand too, but mostly not. It's mostly just in this hand. And it's not that bad. Like, I have felt worse things in my life. It's a little bit uncomfortable, like to touch something because it, I don't know, it buzzes. It feels buzzy. Like I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, but it feels like buzzing in my fingers. Like it's just an uncomfortable feeling. It feels like you burnt the tips of your fingers and they have a little bit less feeling because they're burnt. You burnt them on your straightening iron, I think would be the best way to describe it to women. Yeah, but it's not that bad. I know for some people they have to quit Taxol like halfway through because the neuropathy gets that bad, but fingers crossed because I get the pain that maybe I'll skip the really bad neuropathy, so you never know. So thanks for watching, all 65 subscribers. I hope that you guys could take something away, or if it's one of my friend subscribers who doesn't give a shit about cancer, but just gives a shit about me. I hope you enjoyed seeing my chubby little face. Please disregard my double chin. I'm working on it, okay? The diet is back. My FitnessPal's back. I got my Fitbit, so I gotta get back where I was, because when I do my surgery, I want to make sure that I'm as healthy as I can be because I'm starting to stress about that. So hopefully, I've got some ideas for some videos in the future. If anything happens with Taxol, what day am I doing it? What day is it? Tuesday. I'm doing it Thursday. So if anything happens with the Taxol on Thursday that was different from this one that I feel would be interesting or informative for somebody, I will let you know in a separate video. But if nothing cool happens with the Taxol, then I'll just let you guys know when I'm done treatment. So anyway, bye. It's been a slice. I hope you guys are enjoying summer wherever you are, or winter if you're on the other side of the hemisphere. But for my homies on this side, I hope your summer is going great. All right, bye.